Yeah, this is your boy Invincible, and you are watching the Gentleman Club Diary, and I'm right here with Tazz. She's a very, very sexy Asian persuasion right here. So we're going to get into the mix right now, and we're going to introduce her. Welcome, Tazz. Can you kind of
Thank you.
Can you let the audience know where you're from and, how you get started?
Okay, I'm Tazz. I'm from Long Beach. I grew up and born and raised out there. I am out here in the IE now.
Okay.
And I'm out here hustling.
So you're a hustler, certified hustler.
Of course.
So how long you been out in the IE?
I want to say about 6 years.
6 years, but originally from the LBC.
Yes,
Okay.
South Bay, LBC, all that.
So how did you actually get started dancing?
Well, there, Vince.
Yeah. How did you get started
That's
dancing?
a long story.
Okay, well, we want to know because I'm trying to figure
All
this
right.
out.
So from the beginning, I've always been, a little rebel, I want to say. But whether I was getting dollars from slanging or whatever case may be.
Oh, you were slanging?
I was trying to make ends meet.
So you're a baddie then. You're not only a baddie in the club, but you were a baddie outside of the club.
I was out there trying to make $1.
Okay, so you were.
But in a legit way where I don't get in trouble, but
Yeah, I got it.
eventually it all catches up. So I ran across a friend of mine, and at that time I was about 17, and I wasn't 18, so I wasn't legal just yet, but I kind of been out on my own. Didn't have my parents to help me and give me a hand.
So you didn't have a silver spoon in your mouth, basically.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely
All
not,
right.
and I wish I did, but
Hey.
But yeah, I grew up in the system. So as soon as I got emancipated, I had a roomie, I should say, right? And she was already, at that time, she was already emancipated. And she got into the stripping industry. And she just mentioned it to me, but I wasn't sure because I felt like, my family will frown upon that.
Yeah,
of course, But I was like a turtle in a
Coming
shell.
out,
It was hard for me to come out when it came to that. But, I eventually did give it a shot, and I tried it. I ended up in Hollywood.
Oh, shit.
So
Okay.
the first club
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
ever worked at was the Seventh Veil.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard about it.
No, actually,
the
I
girls.
don't. Okay, yeah, I do know.
So
All right.
that's the first club I've ever worked at, and I was 18, fresh 18.
Damn.
And it took me a long time to break out of there.
So when you, what was your first day like then, actually, at 18 years old?
At that time, I was smoking. I wasn't drinking, but I was very insecure. Like I wasn't open. I became like, it does change a person. So like that experience, my first day, I ended up getting fucked.
Oh shit! So you're like one of those because I've saw before.
Yeah,
like girls that fall over. So you were like we were just discussing.
No, I didn't get that fucked up, but just to loosen up, I guess. You know, just to break out the shell. But yeah, I've had those days where I did fall over and get sloppy.
Pretty messed up at a young age. So was any customers trying to take advantage of that or?
Most definitely, yes,
Yeah, so
yes.
that was some
But
perverts trying to take advantage.
Oh, all the time, all the time. But it's how you handle things. And at that point, I was pretty set in my grounds.
Yeah. So
I would tell them like, hey, no.
So did she kind of run you? Did your friend kind of run you through the ropes?
She tried to coach me a little bit, yes.
And then it was kind of you're just thrown out there.
Next thing you know, I'm a quick learner.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm like, okay.
I feel you, yeah.
That fast life ain't no joke either. So it's like, it was great and it was fast money.
Money. Now, do you believe, I do like to ask this because some people say, okay, yeah, you get all this money and stuff like that. But do you feel as fast as the money, as fast as it goes?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you never had it before.
It does come quick.
It comes super quick.
It comes super quick. And that ain't no lie because, we worked during the pandemic together. And it was,
absolutely.
It was crazy.
It was wonderful.
It was crazy. So how did we actually meet?
I think I came in there in the pandemic.
Did I hire you or who hired you?
I think you did.
Yeah, I hired you. Okay. All right, I hired you.
You did hire me. I walked in there, I'm over here trying to find a new club to work at, and Angel was the only place open.
That's true.
Right? You guys are the only place open, and I think there was another location closer to.
I think that one was
and
closed.
That shut down?
Yeah, I think it was shut down. Yeah,
I've never been there either,
Yeah,
but
me
I
either.
just heard through the grapevine that
that our club was kind of
the
one that
only
was-
thing open. I was
cracking.
like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try it out. I'm gonna go over there and give it a shot. So I walked up in there, and there you were.
Yeah, and I said, "What's up?" I said, "Okay, we need an Asian up in here." So that's what must have happened. Cause
Absolutely, yeah.
I've always been a person that like wanted diversity. I didn't want just the same thing. I try to keep on my shifts. I would always try to have a mix.
There
You know
were
what I mean?
a variety of women
Yeah.
working with you.
So do you remember what your first day was like working over there?
My first day there, I mean, you got to remember, it was like when COVID first started. It was a little shaky and rough,
It was shaky and rough. Yeah. So
At first, I was like, okay, so it's like riding a bike again. I got to remember,
yeah, it is.
it's not.
So during the pandemic, you weren't really working?
I wasn't.
You weren't working,
No.
and then you came.
I came back.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And for those that don't know, the pandemic. I mean, we were open. We were able to. I mean, we were able to hustle and make money during that time, which was a blessing. But there were so many people coming there. I don't know if you remember, but the bottle service. There was a lot of money being thrown around during that time. I think it might have been because they were getting those
Unemployment.
the unemployment money, right? Unemployment
Yes.
ballers.
So as soon as I stopped getting that, I had to get it.
Oh shit. Yeah. So it was definitely like I believe. Our club was like super cracking.
It was
cracking, right?
It was, especially when you were there. It was.
The bottle service. So, and did
People spending
you
them.
have any problems with anybody? I know we didn't really have no problems because you never got to see me drunk, but because we would have had probably some problems. But no, we were cool though.
Right.
Did you have any problems with any of the other workers that were working there at the club?
Okay, as far as women, I want to say not really.
Uh-huh.
If I did have a dispute with a woman, I handle it right there, and it's
Okay, so no
Yeah.
fighting. You didn't get no fights.
nah.
No. Did you see any fights?
Absolutely, I've
Yeah.
seen a few.
Crazy ones?
Oh yeah,
Crazy one? What did you see in the locker room?
I've seen it in the dressing room.
That's where a lot of the shit went down too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So what did you see went down?
Well, a little sweet girl, a little friend of mine that I was working with out there.
Uh-huh.
We were partners for a minute, and I guess some girls didn't want her at the section where the
damn.
bottle service was.
Yeah.
And they tried to punk her out of it, and I was there the whole time. So I don't know. They try to gain up on this girl, and she's a little girl. I mean, and I
Little.
know she's young.
You know what? I kind of just by you saying that, I kind of have an idea of who it might be.
I think you do.
Okay.
I think
just
you do.
just because there was a girl that was there, real pretty, and yeah, she was making money. So continue. Tell
Okay, so at the end of the night, after we finished the section or whatever, we sweep up the money, and
Yeah.
she was still there. And then those girls, like I said, they try to punk her out of the bag,
They wanted to punk her. Okay.
out the bag. So she wasn't having that. She was like, no, I was in the section, I was working it, whatever. And those other girls, I guess they're sisters or whatever, they went and told the manager at that time. But basically what happened was, in the dressing room, they went and told the manager at the time, in the dressing room, this girl is hot. She was like, no, fuck. I was in on the bag, and these girls are trying to cut me out. And I'm like, there was 5 of us in the section.
And for those that don't know about the bag, so what normally happens when somebody buys a bottle service, there will be a group of girls that come to the bottle service area where the
Let them
customers
pick.
are, and they throw money as the girls dance at that area. So, I mean, that's just a little brief thing. There's
Yeah.
more to it, but
There
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
You're either invited or,
yeah. And if you're not invited, you're not supposed to have any part of the bag
right.
or the money that's being put in that section.
Definitely. So basically, poor little sweet thing, okay?
Okay.
I don't even remember if she got a cut of the bag.
So they jacked her for her
Oh,
bag.
definitely.
Oh, man.
Definitely. But, after that, things went south in the dressing room. One of the sisters just started going off on her and took off on this poor girl.
Oh, damn.
And then you know, the little girl was fighting back. You know, little shorty was fighting back. She
getting
had
down?
hands,
Okay,
okay?
she was
But then
getting
her
down.
sister jumped in.
Oh shit! So
And then after that, you know, it was jumping situation.
Yeah.
But then the security guards came, and so did the manager.
okay.
Why the security didn't do nothing though? The manager didn't do nothing either, but he did put hands on her.
Oh, he put hands.
Oh yeah, it
Oh,
was some
shit.
fucked up shit.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
mean,
So.
and you know, and the cameras were there. Right? But as far as that went, like it was pretty fucked up. Police came and everything.
It was a bad.
Oh, it was
real
a bad ending. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I kind of think I know who you're talking about as far as the girl who was involved in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was always stuff like that. Girls would fight over the bag situation.
Always about money, though.
Or what would happen
Okay.
is this would happen a lot, and I know you're familiar with it. Is if say the customer, say I was a customer, and I wanted you in my section and another girl, you and your friend.
Right.
So you guys would start dancing, and then another girl would just. There's already money thrown.
Oh no, we're gonna pick that up first.
Yeah. A random girl would come in and try to be part of that.
Yeah,
so
no.
in the strip
There's
club,
protocol.
that's a no-go. You cannot, when there's money on the floor and there's already two girls there or one girl there, you cannot just come in and join that party and get some of that money. You got to
Yeah.
wait till the girls pick up that money,
Protocol.
and then you can jump in if they want you to jump in.
Right.
So that was like a big issue.
Oh, yeah.
So girls knew that. They'll get drunk and
Yeah.
they'll just jump in a section.
Sometimes they don't care though.
They don't care. They'll jump in a section because they see all the money being
Yeah.
thrown, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it, let me jump
I
up
want to
in
be
there."
a piece of that.
Yeah. So, all right. So another thing that I like to discuss is, just kind of like what's the experience? What's the interaction with customers? What kind of customers do you normally come across just on a daily?
Okay. For the most part, a lot of them have a lot of personal issues in their life.
So are they?
You know?
Is it almost like they kind of get? Because you know what? When I worked, sometimes there was always these regulars, and
Yes.
it's almost like they didn't have families.
There's some of those, yes.
Yeah. So
We do see them a lot.
do they come to you to actually kind of just express what's kind of going on in their life?
I mean, they do. They most definitely do. And once I get to know that, and then, you know, whether they're a veteran or whatever the case may be,
Damn.
I just like,
So they're kind of like,
Oh, yeah.
They start getting
Yeah.
war stories going on.
I'm like, okay, you know, I'm sorry, but you're here, and it's. I see them all the time. I'm like, you might as well work here.
So you're like a therapist too.
I guess
So then going to a strip club can kind of be therapy.
therapeutic.
Oh, see,
Most definitely.
I didn't. You know what? I never really thought of it like that. But
Right.
I do realize during holidays there will be customers there, and I'm like, why are they here? Don't they got a family? But to be honest, they don't. Some of them don't.
Yeah,
They're
some
lonely,
don't.
and they just kind of want. And maybe if I was older and I might be the same. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know how it is if I didn't have nobody. So you come across a lot of that. What else do you come across?
We get those drunk ones, you know, the ones that can't handle their liquor.
Are they
Hasn't
obnoxious? They
been-
rude?
Sometimes they just sloppy. They don't know what they're doing, and they
So-
get a little out of hand. But
They get handsies.
oh, absolutely.
So how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it?
For me, I try to be nice. I'm like, hey, you know, you need to calm down. You're gonna get cut off. Relax.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I play along with it. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling at the moment.
You go along. Oh shit, you go along with it? Okay.
It depends, you know.
Do you get mad and get aggressive too, or?
Like most definitely it depends on how they come at me and how, you know, if I feel violated at any point, yes. But if I know they're just like really drunk and they're just having fun,
Then just
you
kinda,
know, it's like I play my role. I'm like,
Yeah, you
okay, I am a
understand.
dancer.
Yeah.
I am half naked. So
That's true. That
you know
is
what I
true,
mean?
right?
I
And they're
know.
drinking.
But if they're over there trying to grab something, I'm like, hey,
Yeah, you can't grab that.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, you gotta give me a couple hundred. I'm messing. Okay, so what about like I know you didn't want to mention as far as the whole like the dating aspect. So I'm gonna touch on something in regards to
Okay.
kind of, but it ain't gonna be that. So what about like as far as like customers that what I notice, customers, they might get a dance from a girl, or they
Yeah.
might feel like they had a good interaction with the girl.
Yeah.
And they will come back, and it's almost like in their mind they think you might be feeling them a certain way, and they might keep
But
coming.
that's part of it.
Yeah. So do you ever deal with like people that are overly obsessed with you?
Oh, we've definitely had those, and they
Yeah.
turn into a little crazy stalker.
So they're stalking you.
Oh, yeah.
So you've dealt with
I've
stalkers.
dealt with that. That's why I'm nowhere to be found half the time.
Yeah, so you got to kind of disappear.
Yeah.
So it is a little sketchy, like being a
It
dancer.
is pretty scary sometimes, you know. It gets dangerous. It's not easy.
Were you before you started doing this? Were you aware of like those things, or did any of that ever come to your mind? Like, I got to deal with stalkers. I got to deal with. I mean, there's a lot that goes on. Maybe drinking too much. Maybe there's so much.
Of course, and it, you know, like, not to say bring something up, but there was a girl that I've worked with at another club. All right, and she had this man obsessed. Okay, he was there all the time looking for her. The man ended up coming to the club one night, and he found out she had a whole nother life. Of course.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He ended up coming in there and trying to hurt her. I mean, and then he ended up killing himself.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's pretty scary. And I just that experience of knowing and it can get like that. I just don't put myself out there to even lead a person on to thinking that far.
So you kind of keep it at
Oh yeah,
a
I'd let
distance.
him know. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm
yeah.
working. You know, I'm here to make money.
Yeah.
I'm here to entertain you. Yes, but don't you ever think
Think
let
it's gonna go
anything
gonna go
beyond,
on.
you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, you know what's that I do realize that, because I remember there were some customers that would just they'll be there every day just to see a particular dancer.
Yeah.
Or sometimes what would happen is they'll go there and that dancer's with another customer.
Right.
And then they starting problems.
Oh yeah.
But I think for the customer standpoint, they got to understand, like you said, you're there to make money. It's a whole work environment, and they may not understand that. They thinking that
I think they get lost in the fantasy.
yeah, they
you know?
think you're only just for them.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's crazy. Have you ever had like a maybe like a crazy story with a customer that you personally had before?
Oh, there's so many.
I gotta know.
You really want to know?
Hell yeah.
Okay. There was I gotta say, I was still fresh. Okay, I was
Oh, so
young.
you were a young booty.
Yeah, I was a
Okay.
young booty this time. I'll
Okay.
tell you that, because
Okay.
it's never left my mind.
Uh-huh.
But this guy asked me, have I ever gave a golden shower?
Oh, okay. Did you know what?
I had no idea
Did
what
you know
that
what that
was
back then?
No,
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah.
I had no idea what that was.
So what did you tell him?
I was like, what's that?
Oh, shit.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, well, it's when you know, obviously urinate on me while I'm in the bathtub. And I'm like, no, of course not. Well, he was like, well, would you consider peeing in a cup for me, and I will pay you?
Oh shit.
And that threw me the
Oh,
hell
shit.
off. I
Damn,
didn't know
yeah, yeah.
what the hell he was gonna do, but basically,
Hold on. I might know who this customer is. Because it
There's
rings
a
a bell.
lot of
There was a
those.
customer that came.
There's a lot of weirdos.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
some weird shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so then what happened? Did you do it?
Oh no.
You didn't do it?
I guess like.
No?
But no, there's a couple other ones too. But I mean, what's the craziest thing you've heard, Vince?
So I did
Let
mention
me see
it.
if I can match that.
No, I did mention it on a previous
Okay.
thing. As in regards to customer or just incident in general?
Incident with a woman.
Incident with a woman at the club?
Yeah.
Incident with a woman at the club. Me personally. Shit, what have I? I'm trying to, because there's many different altercations.
Right.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell this story. It's not really like that crazy, because I did have crazy stuff like that has happened, but this is just something that randomly comes.
Okay.
So one time I had this girl, she barely started there, and she didn't know who I was. You know,
Okay.
some girls would come in, I wouldn't see them. Someone else might have hired her.
Yeah.
So another manager hired her. She's working on my shift at night.
Okay.
So it's time to, she's picking up some money at the end of the night. I'm like, baby, go to the back. And I had a way that I would tell the girls to get their asses in the back. I would fuck around and say, get your ass in the back. Get
Yeah,
the fuck
I
out of here.
remember
Go in the
that.
fucking. So I said, go in the back. And she's like, who are you? And I'm like, what? I'm like, man, pick up your shit, go in the back.
Yeah.
She says, who are you? I'm not doing that. And I said, what? I said, who am I? I said, man, you better check and see who I am.
Yeah.
And she kind of had an attitude with me. So then another girl said, that's the manager.
Yeah.
And then so she ended up doing it. But I'm like, I kind of said, I don't know who this bitch thinks she is. So I was like, it's a bitch, you know. I was like, All right. So then another day she comes in and she comes to the back because there was two offices. There was a back office where we would have the money, and then there was a big office. That was where I cash you guys out.
Yes.
So she comes to the other office. I'm doing something totally different, and she's like, "Here, my ticket to cash
get
up."
paid.
I'm like, "Baby, I can't do it right here. You gotta wait for me."
Yeah.
And she says, "You know what? I don't like the way you're talking to me."
Oh.
I said, "You know what? Just go
Check
over.
yourself.
I said, "Go over there. I'm busy right now. Go over there." So then she leaves. She comes back with her phone, gives me her phone, and she's like, "This person wants to talk to you." And I'm like, "What you mean want to talk to me?" She's like, "Yeah, they want to talk to you." So I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I pick it up, and it's some dude. He's like, "What's up, homie?" He's like, "You treated my little sister mean and this and that."
Oh my God.
I'm gonna come over there with 70 dudes and this and that. And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Man, I don't give a fuck. You're fired. So you after today, you're not coming. Well, you can't fire my sister. Don't worry." I said, "Her ass is fired. She ain't coming back. Get the fuck out of here, right?"
Bringing that drama in here.
So that was something weird, and I never saw her again.
You just reminded me of something really bad.
What was it?
Okay. So one day, there were these girls at this club, Deja Vu. I don't know if you know about it. There's two of these girls. I didn't know, but they're working girls.
Yeah.
They got a daddy. They got a little pimp or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Trying to recruit or whatever. Trying to come at me. And I checked him. I know what it is. I'm like, no, I'm not with that. You know what I mean?
Not with that. Yeah.
Tell me why at the end of the night. So they didn't want to fight in the club. I already put them in their place. I'm like, I'm not down with that.
Yeah.
And I think they tried to rob me or whatever.
Oh shit, a lot of that
yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So the guy that they're with was waiting outside for me. And then there was another car. I think it was one of the girls, and the other girl followed me. So there was damn near two cars outside. I pull out the parking lot. It's a long parking lot. They started chasing me down the freaking street.
Oh shit.
And they started busting.
They started shooting.
They started
shooting
at
you?
me. That
Oh,
I
man.
forgot about the situation.
Damn. So you had
Bro, I was gone. And that was the most traumatic experience I've experienced.
Yeah.
As far as that in the club. I didn't even know it can get like that.
Oh,
But,
it does.
you know?
It does. I mean, like I said, I've been there when there was DJ who got shot, and he got his, we were just talking about that. I happened to be in that incident. There's been a lot of different things.
Right.
I dealt with this one customer who he goes in there and he was spending money. Like he was getting dance after dance, but he was being kind of disrespectful. So we said, "Look, bro, you got to be cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to be cool. Don't." And he was being cool, but he was still being disrespectful. So we took him outside. He started being disrespectful with the security. Make a long story short, we pepper sprayed him. He chilled out for a while, and then he comes back with a big ass bong, still talking shit. I end up slapping him or something, and he fell down, broke his bong, and he was still like talking shit though. It was like he didn't want to go away.
Right.
So I don't know how in the fuck we got him out. We got him out. I think I might have tried to choke him or something. But he ended up, for real. He ended up leaving, right? And he comes back the next day, but he's sober. He comes back, and I'm like, oh shit, this dude again. Comes back the next day, and he's like, I got a DUI, this and that. I'm sorry. I don't know what was in my mind. I was going crazy.
He blacked out.
Yeah. So he says he gives me $100. He's like, I'll spend money at the bar. Can I just hang out? I won't be disrespectful.
Right.
I was like, yeah, buy everybody a shot and you could chill. And he bought everybody.
And he did.
He bought
He wanted
everybody
to
a
be
shot.
back.
Yeah. So that's what we kind of did.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So but I mean the vibe there was always cool. I try to make it cool. Did you ever have any like as far as like the vibe? Because one thing working too, I would notice sometimes the vibe would be it would be off when you go to some clubs.
Yeah.
So when the vibe is off, what do you like? How do you get in the vibe?
I get drunk.
And does that always work?
I try to make my own vibe. I at that point, if the vibe is off and people are acting weird, they ain't turn it up. I'm gonna turn that shit up.
So you turn it up.
I'm gonna turn that shit
I
up.
thought when you got here, you're gonna turn it up.
Yes, I'm always gonna.
But
turn it up.
I know you drove pretty
the
far.
party there.
Yeah. So what kind of advice would you give to somebody that like might want to be a dancer?
Get in, save your money, get out. That's all I can say. I mean, don't shit where you eat.
Don't shit where you eat. Don't
Definitely don't.
That's a good one. Don't.
You know.
Yeah.
And
it's business, right?
It's
you keep it business.
It is.
And that's what I try to do. I wasn't trying to be up in there because I know there was a lot of stories about managers trying to hook up with the girls, this and that. I'm like, man, keep
plenty of those.
Yeah, keep it business, dude. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's what I always try to do. I try to keep it business.
Right.
Try to be professional. Yeah, you get drunk sometimes. I might be acting a fool and talk some shit to somebody, but for the most part, I try to be cool. So that's what you would say to someone trying to get into this.
Yeah, I mean, I've ran across a lot of new dancers, and you know, they're like, I've never done this before, and you know, they're just so infatuated with the lifestyle and how fast the money comes, and you know, it's like if I could tell them, because I've been doing it for so long, like, hey, you know, I wish I was so much better with my money. I wish, because it came,
and then it
super.
goes.
Yeah,
It goes. Yeah.
but you know,
So
it's you can only look so good for so long as a woman. You know, you can't do it.
So
for
how
the rest
long
of
you
your life.
think is you can look good for till it's
For
no?
me,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I got another couple years or
Yeah.
so.
All right. See, she got an OnlyFans, so you got no. I'm just,
No, I really don't.
I don't know if she does, but I mean, if she did, you make sure you know what I mean that you take care of her because we're gonna plug her in with her IG and all that good stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So all right. So is there anything like else as far as customer service that you got to deal with? Like as far as a customer watching this, what would you tell them the rules that they should buy? Like, what would you tell them they should go by as far as when they come into a strip club, what they should and should not do?
Okay, for one, if you come to a strip club, you definitely need to bring a couple $100, enough to get yourself a drink, get the lady a drink, get something going. You
So
know what I mean?
don't come to the
Don't
club with
come
$20.
with nothing. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I don't care if I pay the entrance. No.
Okay.
Honey.
Yeah. So just stay home. Just stay home if you don't
just
have.
stay home or go watch some on TV or something. I don't know.
Okay, got it.
Definitely get some singles.
All right.
Women love singles. I don't care if you tip every girl or you know a few of the girls you like, couple bucks here and there, but don't come
just,
in there and just
milk it.
chill. No.
Yeah. You know what I don't like? I don't like.
That's what ruins the vibe.
Yeah, I don't like the guys that come in there, and they might tip $1,
And they try to stick it in your thumb.
and they're just like overly aggressive,
man.
and it's like, bro, like.
Or they ball it up and throw it at us.
Oh yeah, they're like
Ooh, I
chugging
must
it
throw
up,
that shit back, boy.
and they think that's cool, huh? They're like
shoe hoops
yeah,
while I'm
hoops,
on stage.
they're kicking field goals on the stage and shit.
Definitely no. That's a
Okay.
no-no.
Okay, what else was there?
You know, as far as the touching, every woman is different. They're not going to allow you to touch them for the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
part,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. But don't assume just because one person allowed you to that every girl is.
It's the same.
No,
Every girl is
definitely.
different. You're right
yeah,
about
every
that.
woman is different. Another do or don't?
It could be either or. Dudes or don't.
Another do.
Yeah, either or.
A don't. I don't know. I mean, there's it's all common sense. I mean,
It
if
is common
you work
sense.
at a thing,
But a lot of people don't
What
have
would you-
common sense.
man.
Yeah, so they'll go and they just stare. Like we have guys. I had this guy. He would come. He would cut. I guess he was a landscaper. He would cut the grass. Be all full of grass stains on him, and he'll come in.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Don't come in a club not showering.
Okay.
And
okay.
always wash your hands, please.
Always wash your hands. All right, in your mind, always wash your hands.
Always wash your hands.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap it up, Tazz. I
Yes,
mean, I
thank
really
you.
probably could talk to you all day about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you want to give any shout outs or anything for?
I'm going
for
to
the
shout you out.
You gonna
Thank you
shout
for
me out?
having me here.
Thank you,
It
and
was
it's good to reconnect with you.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's a little reunion.
All right, yeah. So once again, it's your boy Invincible. I'm chilling with Tazz, and yeah, there's so much more to come. We're gonna plug her in with her IG. What's your IG?
My IG is ITSX Tina Boo. BOO.
BOO. So you want to holler at her and you want to make her your boo, hit her up on that IG on the DMs. Just don't be a weirdo.
I mean, Cash App is the same.
Yeah, the Cash App. So make sure you got some 50s and 100s Cash App. She'll
I'll take
respond.
anything.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we out.